What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. You guys know, man, I'm a bodybuilder. I stay lean year round, but you also know I coach youth athletes. I got a place called Legacy at Carbon in Franklin, Tennessee. We have NFL players. We got some pros. We got collegiate athletes. We got high school athletes, middle school and younger. I train them all. But the one thing we don't train people on is how to get shredded and ripped and look a certain way. What matters is how you perform on the field. That is all that matters. That is all that will ever matter. And I don't care if my quarterback, my running back, my defensive back, my wide receiver, I don't care. Obviously, linemen, you don't have to think about them. I don't care if they're shredded. I don't care if they're chiseled. I don't care if they have a dad bod. I just care, can you do your job? Can you do your job? Can you run the route? Can you catch the ball? Can you cover that wide receiver? Can you hit the A gap? Can you hit the B gap? Can you hit the C gap? Can you do a sweep? It's all I care about. I don't care about how he looks. Don't care. Don't care. Through all the kids I've coached through all the years, maybe 1 or 2% have had abs. And we got people, got like 300 plus people in D1 right now. Right now. Man, we got a dude on the New York Giants. We know what we're doing. There are some people are freaks. Some people have abs. Some people are shredded. Some people, they just naturally stay there. But to be honest with you, if you look at some great UFC fighters, you know, you look at Derek Lewis last night with the knockout, doesn't have abs. He performs. He does the job. It's about performance. There's a difference between training for aesthetics and performance. There's a difference between training for hypertrophy and for power. There's a difference. That's why it pisses me off when these armchair quarterbacks, these stupid radio shock jocks, they go and say stupid shit. And a lot of these people haven't even played high school ball, let alone college ball or pro ball. They have not, as my high school football coach, Coach Carroll said, they have not pissed a drop on that field. They need to shut the hell up, especially when talking about a legend. Okay, someone with body fat, that doesn't mean that they will not dust everyone in preseason conditioning. That doesn't mean they're not putting in the work. That doesn't mean they're not working on their strength, their power, their agility, their explosiveness. That doesn't mean they're not working on their mechanics. That doesn't mean they're not reading their playbooks. That doesn't mean they're not doing any of that. That's why I saw this article and I decided to talk about it. So in the New York Post, and yeah, I have a little something to say about this, man. I really do have a little something to say about this. So radio jock, obviously not a jock. If you see his picture, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Goes scorch earth on, quote, embarrassment, unquote, Patrick Mahomes with Taco Bell rant after Dadbod photos. You're fat, he says. 3 Super Bowl rings aren't good enough for Patrick Mahomes to avoid criticism. Now, there's a point. You guys who played ball, there's one word that can shut everybody up. I'm going to tell you a story. My senior year homecoming game, I was having my best year ever. My team was good. We were good. We made it to second round of playoffs. Good team. California, CIF, back in the heyday. Tons of kids I played against ended up going to the league. And I remember we were playing El Segundo. And we were supposed to beat them. We didn't. I was having a phenomenal game. Great game. And I was feeling myself. Came around the end. I was pulling guard. Pulled around. Middle linebacker standing right there. Right before I hit him, he turns to me and I bow. Light him up. 1 hit pancake. Knocked him back probably 2-3 yards. Dude fell down. I'm like, yeah. I said some expletives. I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. He gets up, wipes himself off, says, scoreboard. That hurt. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that moment. All Patrick Mahomes have to do is say scoreboard. Kansas City radio and podcast host Kevin Keatsman claimed that Mahomes' dad bod is a disgrace. In a rant on Monday after 4th of July photos, the quarterback went viral as he celebrated with friends on a yacht trip. By the way, the guy, yachts are not cheap. I'm sure he footed the bill. Mahomes is so good at playing football. He's so good at football that he has a yacht. I've done good in life. I've done well. I don't have a yacht. Vacation photos are popping up of Patrick Mahomes, and he's fat. The host said on his Kevin Keatsman Has Issues podcast. He has issues. The issue's he's you know what? Media personalities piss me off. They do. I like Stephen A. Smith, dude. Like even his college basketball career is a lie. And dude's like commenting, he was doing UFC commentating. I'm sorry. When Tom Brady talks, I listen, right? When Matt Castle talks, I listen. When you have an ex-great talking, I listen. But you got an armchair quarterback trying to give advice to actual athletes. I'm like, dude, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Like, just shut the hell up. I know it's their right to do it. They get paid to do it. But I'm sorry, man. I'm one of those shut your mouth unless you've pissed a drop. Just like on the internet with bodybuilding. Like, dude, the first person who texted me after I got my pro card was Jay Cutler. Ronnie Coleman has never talked shit on one of my photos. Yet some no name. I'll give you a name of someone who talks shit today. Let me see. I got one right here. I just out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Hold on. Let me give you his comment. I just looked at it a minute ago. See, I got receipts, homie. I got receipts. Is it still in here? I've had a lot of stuff going on today. Let's see. Oh. From Big Cookie 210 on Instagram. Earned, he was talking about a pro card. You looked like you had Cushing syndrome with the tiny legs and big upper body. Zero symmetry. My legs aren't my best body part. I think they look okay. I train them hard. I'm good enough to get a pro card. But again, like Branch Warren has never said that to me. No. Big Rami's never said that to me. But Big Cookie 210 did. Kevin Keatsman is the Big Cookie 210 of football. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's why you hit the play button. He's an embarrassment. My guy, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to men because you're not a man. Look at this guy. Look at this dork. First of all, he has 3 chins. Second of all, he has 3 chins. Third of all, shut up. While Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns, most of that came with the game well out of reach after the Eagles rolled a 24-0 halftime lead. You know what it is to get to the Super Bowl? I don't, because I'm not even good enough to get to the Super Bowl. You're a $500 million quarterback. You made all these comments in the offseason that we're going to do our talking on the field. We got our butts kicked in the Super Bowl. We're coming back with a vengeance, said Keatsman, who covers sports and politics on his programs. Dude, you're fat. Your belly will be fat at my pool. Hang out with us 60-year-olds. My skin is flabbier than yours. I get it. Then shut the fuck up. Stop the fast food, do a sit-up or something. I'm going to explain in a second what's going on. While the 29-year-old Mahomes does not have a perfect body chisel from stone, that has not proven to be his impediment of his eventual road to the Hall of Fame. Not only is Mahomes a starter in the NFL, he's one of the GOATs. He's arguably top 3, if even, maybe even 1 when he, obviously Brady, but the dude, and he's mobile. Like, he can do it all. He can do it all. I'm sure he's worked on strengthening. I'm sure he's worked on strengthening his arm, and he's done all kinds of different things. Quarterback things, but there's no training to this man. Have you not seen quarterback? He has one of the best trainers in the world. I love that his trainer's great. And why do I think his trainer's great? Because he produces results. I don't understand it, Keatsman said. He's not a kid anymore. He just can't run through an NFL career eating Taco Bell all the time. Do you know what he's eating? And door dashing fried chicken. Obviously, he hasn't seen what NFL players eat. Guys, I'm around these athletes. They eat food. They eat fast food. They eat McDonald's. They eat pizza because they can. They're genetic freaks, and they burn a lot of calories. They train really hard. Going to camp and getting in shape is like 1970s baseball. Nobody does that anymore. That's not how it works at the highest level. I only do this as a precaution because I love the guy. No, you don't. You're just trying to get clicks like this right here. He's an enormous talent, but I cannot stand it when I see somebody just sit back on their talent and not be the best they are. It's not the first time Mahomes' physique has gone viral. The quarterback reacted to Dadbod chatter in Jan 24 when Inside the NFL profiled his shirtless victory speech after the Kansas City AFC win over Baltimore. Yo, why they have to do me like that? Mahomes posted. Mahomes' trainer, who's the man, Bobby Stroop, went after Keatsman on social media in since deleted posts. You obviously need attention, Stroop said. If you want to see what shape he's in, what in shape is, go make it through a practice at St. Joe or run hurry-up offense, scrambling back-to-back plays. You don't have a clue what it takes. It's not a look, it's performance. Thank you, coach. Mahomes is currently preparing for his 9th season in the league. By the way, I think running backs last like, 1 3/4 years? Quarterbacks last a little bit longer, but yeah, they usually fizzle out. Do you guys remember Marc Rippon won a Super Bowl? Nobody remembers Marc Rippon because he fizzled. He popped and fizzled because it's really hard to maintain that level of play. It just is. It just is. There's very few quarterbacks who are perennial. Like, look at Manziel. Look at, he obviously popped and fizzled. Who is the guy who, I'm trying to think, he was in quarterback, played for the Titans at one point, whatever. But yeah, he's a backup now. He came in the league, was lighting shit on fire. Look, here's the deal. Let me tell you what I like athletes to do. So I want you in the off season, right? So you are doing, like, you're suiting up a little in the summer. You do a couple summer games, might put pads on a little bit, but you're generally going to be at the high school or college 4 to 5 days a week. And at least 3 of those days are going to be, strength training days, with other days being more deconditioning, or not deconditioning, conditioning, deloading days, right? So on those 3 to 4 days a week, you're doing strength. You're also doing conditioning. And there's good programs, bad programs. Most high schools, they suck. Here's how we run it with my program is that we're going to beat the hell out of you for 3 days a week. We're going to beat you up. We're going to take you through the ringer. We're going to have you do both strength and we're going to have you do conditioning. We're going to run gassers. We're going to do crazy lifts. We're going to hit PRs. It's going to be a great time, but you're going to work. And the old adage in boxing is train hard, fight easy. And the same goes for football. With that being said, we also chart weight. Whereas in the off season, we know that during the season, you're going to be training 2 to 3 times a week. Why? Because you're playing games and you're recovering. So generally speaking, if you have a game on a Friday night, Sunday, you're going to come in, you're going to hit your heavy leg day. And then you're going to do throughout the week, just make sure you don't lose strength, but you're not going to make gains. So going into the season, we want your weight up. We go into off-season conditioning, or off-season, not conditioning, but not preseason conditioning, off-season training. Let's say the summer leading in to the season, leading into the fall. Okay, we want you a little bit plump. We want you a little bit above. We want you about 10 pounds above your playing weight. You know why? Season comes along and you have these grueling practices. You have sometimes 2-a-days, which I know they're not allowed to do, but there's ways to do them. And you're in pads and it's generally pretty hot out still. It's August. Yeah, it's August and you're going to be hot. It's 100-something degrees under your pads. You're running, you're carrying weight, you're doing all this stuff. You're losing weight. You're losing weight. So you might lose 10 pounds. So I want someone to come in 10 pounds above their playing weight. So if someone generally plays the season at 250, yeah, I want you around 260 before the season. Even with my son, Preston, right? I know during the season, he's probably going to lose a little bit. So yeah, I want you to be up. If you're going to play the season, he's 12, play the season at 130. Yeah, I want you to do your best to get to 140. And it's hard to do because off-season training for someone like him who wrestles and plays football, you're stacking 2 sports, and wrestling is hard to keep weight on when you're in wrestling. It just is because it's a lot of work. It's 3 hours of scrambling, sometimes every day. So yeah, you want to have a little extra cushion for the pushing. And then when the season comes along, then you peak. If Mahomes was in tip-top shape now, that means that once he gets into the rigors of the preseason schedule, yeah, he's going to come in light and he's going to have trouble keeping the weight on. But we start out a little bit soft. That's not bad. And during the season, you need a little bit of padding. Like, I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes is taking hits. So I don't want you to be 5% body fat. It's not a fucking bodybuilding show. I want you to be 15% body fat. I want you to be able to move. Also, that's cushion for the joints. You're going to have more substrate to play with. You're going to have, it's just overall better. So this is just a misinterpretation of how to peak for performance. And Mahomes' body type, like even during the season, Tom Brady's body type. Tom Brady has a dad bod. Yeah, the greatest of all time. I did a video on that years ago about people talking about Tom Brady's dad bod. Look, I'm the first one to say like America shouldn't be fat. Like, yeah, but I'm talking like 40, 50% body fat. These are the greatest elite athletes. And as I said, being at a low state of body fat is not the best for performance. It just isn't. And if you've ever competed and you've gotten into lower body fat, Even when you start to dip under 8%, you just don't feel the same. And football is, at the end of the day, a cardio heavy sport. It's cardio heavy. It's glycolytic, right? It's going to tap into that. And it's also going to tap into your glycogen because, linemen, they average what? They run maybe 2-3 yards of play, but they're pushing somebody, unless you're a pulling guard or something, pulling tackle. But, your general lineman who's down blocking, you're running 2-3 yards pushing something. But your skill positions, wide receivers, running backs, they're doing 10, 20-yard sprints dozens of times a game. Patrick Mahomes is running for his life dozens of times a game. There's no reason for him to be that lean. So I say to this, shut the hell up. Athletes should not look like bodybuilders. And honestly, looks don't win games. They just don't. If that was the case, David Boston would be the greatest player of all time. Dude was jacked. Dude was a freak. But he's not, because it doesn't matter. It's not a beauty contest. It's not a bodybuilding show. It's a football game. But what would benefit all football players is the outright bar. Oh, that's right, the outright bar. This bad boy right here. So they're back in stock. And I'll tell you what. Oh, look at this one. It tastes better than I remember because we shut it down for a little bit. We restructured things. So the outright bar birthday cake, cookies and cream, cookie dough, s'mores, back in stock. Man, they're better than oh my God. It is a treat. It is a treat. They're back in stock. We got Clash back in stock, Machine Way back in stock, cookies and cream, chocolate chip cookie back in stock. Coupon code MAHA, M-A-H-A, MAHA, gets you 10% off the entire site. Go support tigerfitness.com. We greatly appreciate that. It's what we do. We got some cool third-party brands. It's just awesome. We got the new Atlas, the creatine acetic acid combo from Ambrosia, in stock at tigerfitness.com. Go there, support us. What do you think? Do you think Mahomes is a disgrace because of his body? Or do you think this shock jock is full of absolute rubbish? Let me know. Comment down below. Thank you so much. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, and remember, that's not a game.